right, it's your real entrepreneur coach, Arthur J. Moore. And today, guys, we're going to go ahead and dive straight into Alphabet I. Alphabet I is implement marketing strategies. Again, Alphabet I is implement marketing strategies. Okay, guys, as you all know, I always try to come up with maybe 4 or 5 good topics to go along with the actual alphabet that I'm talking to you about today. The 4 topics that I researched for you today is number 1, choosing the right channels. Number 2, create a consistent brand message. Number 3, measuring and adjusting. And number 4, leveraging customers' feedback. All right, guys. So with Alphabet I, we're talking about implementing marketing strategies, choosing the right channels. You have to know your right channels. You want to spend some time trying to figure out what is your right channels. You want to identify what social medias you want to advertise your business on. You want to have an SEO, search engine optimization, working for your actual business. And you want to have paid ads is the best for your business. So you want to find out, identify what social media, SEO, and paid ads is best for your business. You want to find out which one is best for your business. How do you find it out? First of all, when I start saying paid and stuff like that, and pay, a lot of business owners don't like to hear you start talking about paid and pay, because again, business owners are trying to do everything themselves. That's number 1 mistake. Business owners is trying to eliminate paying people to do things for them. That's number 2. You have to be able to delegate, and you have to be able to task these projects out, and you have to be able to pay for these tasks. You don't have to pay a person full-time, or you don't have to pay a person by the hour or salary. You can pay a person per task on what you do not know how to do. If you don't know how to identify what your marketing strategy is, then you probably want to help pay a person to help you with that particular task on showing you how to identify your market. But what I want to say to you is how to identify a market is, first, you want to take your business and you want to make sure that your Facebook is set up. You want to make sure that your Instagram is set up. You want to make sure that your TikTok is set up. You want to make sure all your social media streams are set up. All right, that's number 1. Because those are free. Now, you can pay to boost your ads, but those are free. Go ahead and get them set up. Go ahead and get them out of the way. Go ahead and make everything look consistent, which we'll talk about that. Don't have on your page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different things. Then you're not talking to the people in a consistent way. So you want to go ahead and get your Facebook set up. You want to go ahead and get your Instagram set up. You want to go ahead and get your TikTok set up, LinkedIn, whatever social media channel, whatever social media channel, YouTube, whatever social media channel that you want to put your business on, put it on there. Load them up. Have yourself a nice design made, a nice logo made. Really understand your business, as we talked about that. So when you start marketing, you got to understand your business so you can know who you're trying to market to. All right? So now once you do that, guys, you can't forget about your ground marketing, guerrilla marketing. A lot of people is not doing guerrilla marketing. A lot of people don't have their boots on the ground right now because we all so we all so into our computers right now and into our phones right now, and that's what we are marketing at, and that's where everything is at, which is okay. But while everybody's in their phones and their computers, nobody is on the street. All right, nobody has the flyers. Nobody is putting out door hangers. Nobody's putting out yard signs. Now, I'm not saying that old way is the way to go. No, because that's the old way. That way is always going to work. But you have to have your cyber. You have to have your social medias. You have to have your computer and your cell phone working, because that's the way of the world. But what I'm saying to you is, don't forget about boots on the ground. While you have good content on your social media, you also want to have good content on the ground. You want to have good content in flyers, yard signs, door hangers, magazines, print. You want to have that print working for you as well. And then when you have all of that stuff working for you, at the same time, now you can say, you know what? Let me go ahead and spend $10, $15, $20 on some boosts. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money right off the bat. Just spend a little bit of money on each one of your areas, whether it be Facebook, spend a little money on TikTok, spend a little money on Instagram, spend a little money on YouTube, and you just have it all out there, and you just see exactly what works. Then you begin to see, okay, this marketing strategy works pretty good for my business. So what you want to start doing is now you want to start dumping some money into that area. And then when you start saying, okay, well, this area, yard signs, work a little bit for my company as well, too. Dump a little bit more money in yard signs. When you start saying, okay, well, Instagram is starting to work. See, you have to dump the money in areas as it brings the money and as it brings the clients back to you. So whatever's working, that's what you pay more attention to. Don't drop everything off. You still do everything else, but you pay close attention to what's making you money, and you want to continue to put money into what's making you money while everything else is working. Then when everything else starts working and going up, then you start putting it in that. And before you know it, you got all your channels working for you, and then you can see exactly which one works for you better, and then you can know how to market to your people in that particular area of social media, or whether it be boots on the ground guerrilla marketing. All right? So that's how you want to identify what social media and pay ads is best for your business. You have to test the market first. If you don't test the market, you'll never know. All right? Don't be afraid to pay a little money to boost. All right? Don't be afraid to pay somebody else to do it for you if you don't know how to do it, because you have to market. You have to put yourself out there to identify which one of them is best for your business. All right, guys? All right, let's move along. Number 2, create a consistent brand message. I just spoke to you guys a little bit about that, but let's get deeper into that. Create a consistent brand message. The importance of a clear message across all your media. Why it's so important to have a clear message across all your media? Because you don't want to look like you're just doing everything. All right? For instance, if you are a daycare, or let's say you teach people how to sing, whatever it is, and you don't want to have one brand on your Facebook teaching people how to sing, but then you go to your Instagram, you're talking about playing basketball, and then you go to your YouTube, and you're on your YouTube talking about you do ballet. See, you want to have your message consistent. The same way your message is on Facebook, you want the same message on Instagram. You want the same message on TikTok. You want the same message on YouTube. You want the same message on your print. You want the same message on your yard signs. You want the same message on your door hangers. You want that message to be consistent, so whenever they look at your website, your landing page, your telephone number, all that stuff going to line back up, and it's all going to look like one. That's how you be consistent. And you're talking about the same thing across the board. If you got another product, then you're talking about another product, but it's still within that same brand. All right? It's still in the same brand. So that's how you be consistent. You have to make sure that everything you do is consistent across the board. You don't want to be looking one way today, another way tomorrow, one way today, another way tomorrow. You want to have that thing consistent. Consistency is going to make people watch you. Once you start doing something and you stop, and then you start back, and then you stop, and then you start back and you stop, you lose people. But when people see you doing it, and you've been doing it for years, and you're constantly doing it, then they look at you as this is what you do, because you are consistent in what you're doing. All right? So let's stay consistent in branding our business across every across every marketing area that we are marketing in. Okay? Number 3, guys, let's move along. Measuring and adjusting. But what is measuring and adjusting? How to track the performance of your marketing and the importance of tweaking strategies based on data. So, where your data gonna come from? Your data gonna come from Facebook. All right? When you go inside your ads, when you go inside your Meta, your data gonna come from the back end of Instagram. Your data gonna come in from TikTok. See, it shows you your data. It shows you. See, that's why it's so important for you to understand Facebook. It's so important for you to understand Instagram, TikTok. A lot of people it's not gonna be talk. It's not gonna tell you what I'm telling you, but it's so important that you turn your Facebook to a professional dashboard. You want to have all of your stuff set up to be monetized. It's so important because when you do that, you're able to track your flow. See, if you don't know how to monetize your business, then it's going to be hard for you to understand how to track your flow. If you never boost or you never did anything with your social media, you don't know how to track your flow. See, you track your flow by going in the back end of your Facebook, as I said before, the back end of your Instagram, the back end of your TikTok, and it'll tell you the age group of people that's watching you. It'll tell you the nationality of the person. It'll tell you the state they live in. It'll tell you if it's men, if it's women. It'll tell you everything that you need to know. It'll tell you, again, what state. So when you start looking at your data, you can start saying, okay, well, this is my group of people. This is who likes my product or my service. And then you can start catering around that. All right? When it comes to yard signs or when it comes to door hangers, that's why it's so important that when a person calls you, you always want to say, how did you hear about me? And they'll let you know from Google Ads. They'll let you know from Google Map. They'll let you know from Facebook. They'll let you know from Instagram. They'll let you know from a yard sign, a door hanger. And whatever they let you know, you want to put that on their invoice. So you want to put that somewhere on your spreadsheet next to that person's name. So that's how you can track another way your data based upon where your income is coming from. And then you can look at that and say, okay, well, I'll get 30% from Instagram. I get 20% from door hangers. I get 10% from magazines. I get 50% from Facebook. See, now you're able to understand the data of your marketing, and now you understand how to continue to push that marketing strategy across the board to all of your marketing platforms. You know how to push something to Facebook, you know how to push it to Instagram based upon the percentage from the data report that you got back based upon how much shopping or how much purchasing your client is purchasing across the board from your marketing platforms. All right, did you guys get that? So you have to put it out there. You have to have a mechanism to track it. And you can track Facebook and Instagram from your back office in Facebook, but your yard signs and stuff like that, you have to trace that by asking them, how did you hear about me? And then you have to create a spreadsheet to put that down, as well as, even though you ask them Facebook, as well as you going and checking on your Facebook in the back office, you still want to ask every client that come through your cell phone, that come to your leads, you still want to ask them how did they hear about you. And again, that just helps you that much more better to understand how to track your data for your marketing in your business. All right, guys? Hey, well, let's move on down. We're just talking about measuring and adjusting. You know how to measure your marketing, and you know how to tweak it based upon where your clients and customers is coming from on that marketing platform that you got out there. All right? Last but not least, leveraging customers' feedback. Use customers' feedback to refine and improve your overall marketing strategies. I talk to my partner all the time. I say, hey, look, once we do something for them, always give them a call. All right, I implement that. I'm strong on saying, okay, always give the client a call to see what we did good, what we could have been better on. Just get their feedback, because when you get the feedback from the clients, now you're able to tweak even your business. You're able to tweak your business and make your business better based upon what you're doing good, and you know how to make your business better based upon what you're not doing good. And you want to always have that relationship with your clients where they can go ahead and tell you the truth. Hey, look, I didn't like the service. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. I didn't like this. Let them tell you what it is that you didn't like so you can go back and fix it. Don't argue with the client because it's something that they're saying that you don't like. Don't argue with the client. Listen to the client, because the client going to tell you things that you need to know about your business. They're going to tell you if you need to fix it. They're going to tell you if you need to, and they're going to tell you where you're doing good at. So I'm gonna say this too. Even haters, people that's hating you from doing your business, that talks about your business because they're hating, they help you too. Because you got to understand they're hating because they see something. And whatever they see, a hater gonna tell you what they see, and you just take what a hater say and you tweak it and make it better. Because haters gonna always say the negative things, because that's their whole job, is to look for what? The negative things. They're not looking for the positive things. They look for the negative things so they can hate you for your positive things. But the things that they find negative, it's just like wheat and tear. They looking for the negative. So let the haters find the negative. Let the haters continue to talk about the negative. And then when they talk about it, you look at it and see if it's something that really can be fixed, and you fix it. Because again, the hater gonna find the negative. But please believe me, guys, the hater's gonna find the negative. So again, guys, you want to definitely make sure that you talk to your clients, talk to your customers, and make sure that your customers is happy at all times. All right. And if they're not happy, you want to find out why they're not happy. All right. And that's why it's so important, guys, to use customers' feedback to refine and improve your overall marketing strategy. All right. And again, that's when I said to you about asking them, how did you hear about me? They're going to say, okay, well, I came through Google. I came through, yard signs. I came through this. All right. So you definitely want to make sure that you have all that together. First, you want to find out how they come to you. And then when you do the business or the service for them, you want to find out, were they happy with the service? All that data matters. All that data matters. When you find out, okay, you came through Google. Okay. And you're looking at your data, and your data saying, okay, 65% of your business comes from Google. All right. So now you know how to continue to market in that 65% area of Google, like I talked to you about earlier. But all them 65%, you got to have some type of rapport with that client, whether it's email blast, whether it's you physically calling them back, asking them how the service was, and then you get that data too, so that you can build your business that much more by understanding the service and the product that you are servicing that client with. You know exactly what you're doing, and you know exactly how they feel. And when you understand your marketing and how it's coming in, and you understand that strategy, and you understand the client and what that client needs, and what you need to do to make your business better, and you have all that in one, oh, you're ready to go. You are ready to go. So, hey guys, thank you for listening to Alphabet I, implement your marketing strategies. Hopefully, this information that I have given to you on Alphabet I is helpful for your journey as being a real entrepreneur, a real business owner. All right, and that's all we're doing here. We're just trying to make sure that you guys can understand how to build your business right from A to Z. And I'm teaching you guys, again, I like to say this, so you guys can understand why I do this. I like to teach you from my failures, because I failed a whole lot in business, guys, by just doing things on my own, not taking the time and researching. And so that's why, guys, I took the time and I researched, and I'm doing even more research from A to Z to make sure that you guys can get this stuff so you don't have to fail. You can always win. But you're learning from somebody who failed and went back and getting all the correct information to share with you so you can do it right. All right, guys, until the next alphabet, you guys have a great one.